Schlockmeister fans, if you ever wanted to see the boobs of Tina Louise Ginger from Gilligan's Island, you should watch Mean Dog Blues. Let's check it out.
My wife get licensed.
That's Tina Louise in the middle there. The guy with the guitar is Paul. His car died and he's looking to pick up a ride now. Tina Louise's husband is a congressman. They're looking for someone to help him drive, actually. This is Linda, Paul's wife, played by Kay Lenz.
When does he make his stay in Nashville?
Just don't understand, Paul. Or you either. Of all the times to go gallivanting, you have told him you're pregnant, haven't you?
When her husband is inside getting some drinks, Tina Louise gets a little flirty in the car.
You want to play? Well, I can't honestly say that. I'd like to, but,
He rebuffs her. Married man. Anyway, the congressman gets back out. He's drunk as hell, but insists on driving.
Fool driver. Mr. Lacey, you're so smashed I can see two of you. Now, would you let me drive? Just because my drunken wife said right. You pull over. You hit somebody. Nothing. It was nothing. Start the damn car.
Well, they switched drivers, and they drove back. And of course, these guys who stopped with the little girl who got hit assumed that Paul was the drunk driver. And Paul ends up in jail.
wait. I was not driving that car when we hit that kid. Lacey was.
This is the congressman's attorney.
Oh, you were driving. Mr. and Mrs. Lacey have signed a report to that effect.
Permanent sentence of 1 to 5 years at the state prison farm. Sentence will commence immediately.
So he's off to prison
Sorry, man. Let's go, son.
for a crime he didn't commit. What do the congressman and his wife think? Well, they're in there.
Didn't talk to the judge.
No.
The poor kid's going to jail.
On the bus to prison,
You like dogs, man?
that's the actor Gregory Sierra, who was Julio on Sanford and Son.
Oh, that's good. Because they got a bunch of the meanest goddamn tracking dogs you ever did see.
George Kennedy plays Captain Kinsman. He's in charge of this prison farm. And he's tough.
Captain Omar Kinsman on
They train dogs at this prison camp, police dogs. This is Rattler, Kinsman's pride and joy.
Yeah, you better play it only on request.
Paul gets introduced to fellow inmates. Typical prison film with some typical prison film violence. Newbies are getting beat up, including Paul. Paul had been on his way to Nashville to break into the music business, and he was able to take his guitar to the prison, but some of his fellow inmates didn't care for that guitar.
Got us a new kind of dog.
He gets punished at one point, gets thrown into a cage with Rattler. That's Scatman Crothers on the right.
Yes, sir. Sure look like you could use a drink of water, Mr. Rockerson. Maybe you're a fight, Captain.
He looks half dead. Get him over to the infirmary.
He's all right.
My ass! I don't want any more brutality reports for a while. And goddammit, don't you ever chain my dog up like that again.
I'm sorry for him. My grandchild.
Paul's wife goes to the senator for help.
Oh, Mr. Lacey, I know the story of how it really happened. I think it would be in your best interest to help him, and his lawyer told him
That
that
sounds very much like a threat to me, and I don't like
He's not going to help. That's Scatman Crothers running from the dog. That is his job, actually. He helps train the dogs by running, trying to be the part of an escape prisoner, and the dogs chase him. Scatman's getting a little old, though, and the dogs are finally catching him. So Paul volunteers to take over.
What do you want? Are you thinking of hauling ass out of here?
No, sir.
I want you to leave.
I've got to get out of the general barracks, sir. I had a fight with Yakima Jones. I would like to leave here in one piece someday.
We don't catch you by lunch. Jake here's gonna fire 2 shots. Means you stop and wait for us to catch up to you.
He learns the rules.
Now, if we don't catch up to you, I'm gonna declare you fugitive, blow your goddamn head off.
So Paul runs. That's his job, escape from the dogs.
Now with this.
He earns a conjugal
Next
visit.
Sunday, 10 a.m. There's gonna be a conjugal visit. All right, huh? Which means the following men are gonna get laid.
At one point, he falls into quicksand on one of his chases and has to get rescued. Paul has his eyes on trying to escape at some point, so he's going to try to make nice with Rattler, make friends with him. Not today. Conjugal visit time.
Cried when we first made love. Cried when we were married, and then you said you'd never cry again.
Linda misses the buck because Sergeant Whacker made her stay behind.
What? That would take me an hour.
He did it on purpose. We'll find out why soon enough.
I'm Sergeant Whacker. I'm sorry, I guess this is my fault. I heard that you missed the bus, and I came out looking for it.
Thank you.
Of course, you know he had ulterior motives. He ripped her dress open and was about to rape her, but she got away.
Good as dead! You hear me? Good as dead!
Back at the prison camp, he brags about sleeping with Linda,
Son of a bitch! Oh, you crazy!
which of course didn't happen. Kinsman basically lets them fight.
He'll be out in a few months.
Linda goes to Tina Louise for help.
All he needs is a chance. Prison will ruin everything by changing him. Damn it, will you get out of here? I've had it. Why don't you go and see him, Mrs. Lacey? See how it's changed him already. And there's something else. What is it? I'm pregnant.
It made an
What you
impact.
want, Victor? Now, you said the governor owes you a political favor. I want you to collect it now.
All right, goddammit, we'll go through it once more. Just because you're too goddamn stupid to figure it out for yourself. Yeah, the goddamn governor does owe me a favor. And it's a pretty goddamn big favor, too. In case that's any of your business. So I'm not gonna waste it on some little two-bit nobody like Ramsey, am I? That's your rule.
This is Kinsman's daughter, Gloria. He has the inmates working at his house, and Gloria tried to come on to Paul.
It's not the way it looks, Captain. I came in here.
No convict is gonna screw around with my little girl. But,
Full pardon for him.
yes, sir. We'll send the papers and confirmation by messenger over later today.
Mr. Lacey got a hold of the governor.
The captain gets...
Anyway, before word of the pardon goes, he's out on another chase, and somehow he got a hold of cocaine, and he's using that to spread out for the dogs. The dogs find the coke, they lick the coke, and they are wasted.
That son of a bitch has done cocaine all over his tracks.
Unbeknownst to him of his pardon, this was the time Paul chose to escape. And so far, so good. Save for that. Whacker was following him, fell in that same quicksand that Paul fell in earlier. Paul was going to leave him, but at the last moment he decided, I can't do that. So he saves Whacker. Eventually Rattler catches up to Paul. And Paul knocks him out with a rock. When Kinsman catches up to him, he's furious.
He's a fugitive, and I'm ordering you to shoot him. Now pull that trigger.
He's not going to. Pardon goes through. Paul is released. And that's our movie, Mean Dog Blues. Alright, let's talk about this film, Mean Dog Blues. It's a movie that I had on a pre-recorded VHS tape, still have it actually. I don't think I ever actually watched this movie. Nothing about this movie rang a bell with me. The only thing I knew about it was that Tina Louise, Ginger from Gilligan's Island, has a nude scene in it. The only nude scene she ever did. And got the movie, never watched it. But I did watch it today. So what we have here actually is a pretty decent movie. I like this movie. It's about a guy, actor Greg Henry. He gets picked up. His car dies. He's on his way to Nashville because he wants to be a singer. And his car dies on the road. He ends up getting picked up by Tina Louise and her husband. Her husband is like some rich congressman or something like that. So anyway, they don't want to drive, or he doesn't want to drive. So he says, "Hey, can you drive? Fine, you drive then. I'll pick you up if you can drive." So they stop at a restaurant. The husband gets drunk, and nonetheless, the husband says he's going to drive and does drive. Greg Henry here, our star here, he says, "Look, man, you're too drunk. Let me drive. But before they have a chance to do that, he hits this little 10-year-old girl. And then they switch drivers, and then they stop. Of course, he says, "We have to go back because you hit somebody." And then when they do go back, he gets arrested because he was driving. Of course, the congressman doesn't say anything. The wife doesn't say anything. He ends up going to jail or prison, sentenced to prison for 5 years at this prison camp. Now, the girl did live, but nonetheless, the congressman shut his mouth, so this guy basically went to prison for his crime. So while he's in prison, George Kennedy is like the foreman of this prison. He has these dogs, and he's training these dogs outside. The dogs are basically to chase criminals, and they're basically police dogs. So they have one of the prisoners, volunteer to be somebody who they volunteers to run and have the dogs chase after him, and that's what this guy does. Eventually, he decides he's going to try to escape, and somehow he gets a hold of some cocaine at one point when he's being chased by the dogs. He spreads it on the ground, so the dogs lick that up, and then they're kind of incapacitated. Meanwhile, Tina Louise eventually says, "You got to do something about this guy. He went to prison for your crime," to her husband. "Governor owes you a favor, so you call it in." So governor does get him out of prison. At the same time, there was some confusion there. George Kennedy thought that this guy may have been trying to have ways with his daughter. It was actually the other way around. The daughter was trying to come on to him. But anyway, he uses his big dog Rattler, this Doberman, to chase after him. The guy is actually able to kill the Doberman, and at the end of the movie, George Kennedy is trying to get these other guys to shoot him. He's an escaped prisoner, blah, blah, blah. They refuse to, and the movie kind of ends. The governor comes in, or I should say the call comes in, and then he's let go, and that's how the movie ends. He's reunited with his wife, Kay Lenz. So anyway, it's kind of a long, convoluted description there, but it's a pretty decent film. Not available on DVD. It's VHS only, or you can get this DVD-R. There's a couple places online. You can track this down if you want. It's a good film. I like this, actually. It's got a couple nude scenes. Tina Louise, like I said, very, very brief nude scene from her, but she is naked. We see her boobs. Kay Lenz is in this movie. She's not naked. George Kennedy's daughter gets naked in this movie as well. So the other guy who's in this movie is Julio from Sanford & Son, the next door neighbor, the Puerto Rican neighbor. He's in this movie as one of the prisoners. So anyway, check this out. It's a pretty good movie. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think about it if you've seen Mean Dog Blues. Watch it. Bye.